how I made $650,000 drop shipping with this branded drop shipping store in 2025. Now, this is a brand that is over a year old. It has taken time, and you can see it doesn't do huge figures every month, right? Like, compared to a lot of others, it only does 50, 60. Now, I've got other brands that I'm going to be building out, quite a few, in fact, and they will be doing incredibly high figures because I didn't spend enough time doing the right thing to know the limitations of this product. And the limitation is its customization is very specific and various compliance. That being said, it does extremely well. The conversion rate is 4%, thousands of orders collectively, and the profits are really, really strong. We're talking 35% profit. So, I'm very happy with that. So I'm not going to complain. So I'm going to teach you exactly how you can do the same as well. So I've got this Miro board here, and I just wanted to add some screenshots. Obviously, you got that. You can see in Facebook that over the last approximate year, 60,000 spent, 350,000 back, just Facebook ads, right? And you can see there's been some fuck ups along the way when it comes to cost per purchase, but on average, we're getting a $15 to $18 cost per purchase. Remarketing's absolutely crushed it with an average ROAS of 5.95, right? And then you look at Google, it's my Google conversion tracking I need to fix. I don't know what's happened, but anyway, nonetheless, the amount of conversions it says it's gotten is far higher than actually what it definitely would be. So I need to fix that. But is that $9,000, and that's pardon me, I just put the last 30 days or whatever it is, or whatever the date range is, 7 days. And 7.94 conversion value over cost is the essential of ROAS on Facebook, right? They just use a different term that's just sort of how Google define it. Everyone prefers the word ROAS, but it's exactly the same thing. You can see with email marketing as well that email marketing just in the approximate 30 days has generated $15,000, and that's from mainly just campaigns, right? The automations I'm going to continue to work on, but the flows have generated a decent amount, but it's the campaigns because we've been running a number of sales, especially coming into Black Friday. So I wanted to I've got this note. If you want this, it's in the description. Use it as you see fit. But I mainly wanted to talk a lot about this, right? Like I like to be very detail oriented, right? It's a legitimate business, right? A lot of the dropshipping ones are churn and burn businesses, right? This is a real business. A real business, in my eyes, doesn't last a week, a month. It lasts years, right? Like, if you go to any buyer, they're not going to want to buy a business that's a week old. They're going to see consistent data, right? And that's sort of how I define it as well. A lot of drop shippers, it's all focused on just making a lot of money, right? But the money is always in the long term. And everything in life, you'll always find that the money is in the long term. It's never in the short term. So when you're following all these fucking influencers that are saying that you can make $100,000 a day or $1 million in 90 days, in my eyes, that's total fucking bullshit. I've never done that. I mean, yeah, okay, you can make $1 million, but like a lot of the time, like you see these ones where it's actually they make $1 million and it's actually because they're partnered with someone that has a huge audience. And that's skipping the queue, right? What I define as building an audience is you're starting a business from fresh. You don't have an established audience, right? I've seen influencers that start an e-com brand that do $1 million of product launch because they got like 2 million followers on Instagram. Like, yeah, that's easy, right? You've built that trust, you built that rapport, right? You've already basically done the cold marketing. And that's fantastic. I'm happy for them. But that's not reality in 99% of cases. So the product, right, so jumping into it, the product is sourced through a private supplier, through connection. Part of my reason for doing YouTube is I build connections, right? I build a lot of connections with a lot of businesses as well as a lot of business people, and it allows me to open a lot of doors, including suppliers, because I actually find, right, the best part about being a dropshipper is that and is essentially dropship is a market. We're really fucking good at marketing, conversion rate optimization, Google ads, Facebook ads, TikTok ads, all of it. But we're absolutely shit when it comes to the product, right? So if you can find really good suppliers, I recommend making a YouTube channel, right? And giving a lot of value. You'll get people reach out to you and these doors open. I neglected that and I fucked myself over, but I don't think you should do that, right? I think if you learn these skills, you can do this too, right? So I have this current supplier that is in the medical brand space, right? Medical brand, real vetted, genuine products, right? That are certified in the respiratory space in Australia. So we're talking like things like inhalers, we're talking CPAP machines, if you know of that stuff. And I found this person, they work with huge companies. Like here in Australia, it's like called Chemist Warehouse, AstraZeneca, I think is a global one. Terry White, they're suppliers for them, right? So these people know what they're doing, but they don't know shit about marketing in the online space, right? They have a warehouse, they have product, they sell lots of inventory, but they don't know how to do it themselves, right? So I'm like, well, look, I essentially could partner with you. For me, it's the thing is, then I have low product cost, I have like no cost upfront, but then I have essentially a fast, high quality, verified products that I can sell online, and these have high margins, right? So I'm going to be running Google Shopping for that. But basically, as I sort of said, it's unsaturated and extremely hard to get certified, high quality, fast shipping, and still essentially drop ship. And that's very similar to how I've done this other business, right? Is that I spend the time when you find a really good supplier. A lot of suppliers actually want to run their own ecom brand as well, but they just don't know how, right? Because that's what they're suppliers, right? And a lot of them go to road shows, trade shows, and that's how they do their essentially their marketing and networking. They don't know shit about what we do, right? Like the thing about being a drop shipper is that you learn the online space better than nearly fucking anyone, right? There's a reason why there's so many digital marketing agencies. There's so many digital marketing agencies because so many D2C brands are focused just on the product, right? They don't know shit about how to set up a Shopify store. They don't know shit about how to run Facebook ads, Google ads, and that's not their passion. That's not their interest. Whereas our passion and interest is marketing. And so, but if you can work with a great partner that can provide this, you can scale these really high in very unsaturated products. So it's a great product research strategy. Um, so I honestly do recommend make a YouTube channel, give out everything that you can, sort of like what I generally do, build these connections, and I guarantee you at some point, 6, 12 months down the line, you will be 100% grateful, right? So as I said, it is an evergreen product because it's in the medical space. I don't care about Q4, right? January, February, March, doesn't matter what time of year, everyone has medical needs. So people aren't going to be waiting for Q4 to then buy an inhaler, are they? They're going to be like, boom, whatever. So not all brands are Q4 focused. So to me, I'm building out the brand. The team's building it with me, slow and steady. The other thing I do is I like to white label the product, right? So have a great product that you can white label or private label brand, whatever you want to call the wording, fancy words. Custom packaging, boxes, satchels with your branding on it. Again, you want to make it more about the experience. People want not just to get a product, they want an experience. And part of that is fast shipping and also the actual experience of unboxing it, right? There's entire YouTube channels and people that just do unboxing of products because it's that exciting for people. It's like an endorphin rush. You can use personalized messages. You can use like handwritten, which is you can integrate with Shopify, and you can send personalized messages. Away you go. It's free. You can get a demo, and off you go. Tracking updates. I use tools like Aftership, where you can send email and SMS and customize them. Right, simple as that. Then I can add upsells at the end of it and try and get many reviews. I send a follow-up email for reviews that is dynamically integrated with my ESP, email service provider, to send it to them when they receive it. So basically after Aftership confirms it is received, the review app gets confirmation, the email app sends the request. And again, this is all stuff that a lot of people have no idea on. But being a dropshipper and great with Shopify, it takes like 5 seconds to integrate all of this and set it up. And I guarantee you it makes banger amounts of money. You are printing cash. Anyway, and so the way I'm getting feedback, this is how I get genuine reviews, right? At the end of the day, doing AI UGC and everything is fantastic and helps you, but nothing will ever beat a genuine review, right? You can make as much AI UGC as you want, but what's always going to work better is if you get at some point a big influencer just talking about your product. Boom, there your sales go through the roof, right? And the more natural it is, the better, right? So you always want to encourage these things. And like I give a lot of these people like $25, or I give them a lot of the time they're just happy with a free product, or a lot of them are just really happy to do it because there's a lot of people outside of our space that aren't focused on money, and they just want to support business, right? As a business that respects them, they want to respect back, right? Scratch each other's back, simple as that. It also helps lifetime value and free marketing, right? $25 or a free product if I have to pay whatever for real UGC is easy. That's why you see, like, when you get these packages, tag the blah blah blah. Everyone wants UGC. It's the best type of marketing, and you build these loyal customers, and boom, away you go. So this simple process allows me to stay relevant. I get feedback from them of product issues. The team handles that. That is real for marketing. Many of these people too are micro influencers, so I can reach out to them for a partnership ads on Facebook as well as further UGC ads. There's Reddit threads that you can go and find UGC creators, but there's no better UGC creator than a micro influencer who has bought from you and had a great experience. They're going to want to work with you. They're going to crave it. They're going to absolutely just want it. And then I can run partnership ads for UGC. And I send them script guidelines, right? You just make a script guideline, just use like ChatGPT, customize it, look at some other viral videos from competitors in your space, and then be like, boom, all right, I want to do a similar thing. Keep doing it, boom, boom, boom. Try and make them go viral. They go viral, you get more exposure, away you go, right? That's just sort of the strategy that not many people talk about, but it's just the simplest and easiest strategy because you want to focus on Instagram and TikTok, right? Now, YouTube Shorts is one thing, but Instagram and TikTok is where most of the buyers are. And I'm still testing TikTok Shop a lot more, but I think that is very much the future as well. And you should be looking into that. If you're using a 3PL like I am, then you need to get the product to the supplier. You can send it straight from your supplier to the 3PL. Let's say you're going from China straight to your 3PL. There's plenty of them out there, right? Like, for instance, like Team Drop, awesome. So naturally, I use AI UGC, right? Now, I use my own tool, Smarter AI, Smarter UGC, pardon me, AI, but it isn't available yet. It's in early development. I've been using it. It isn't available to buy. So use a tool like Creatify. It's really, really good. You can even integrate your ad account. Honestly, that's everything I want to do, and I want to make an AI agent around it because I just think that this stuff is the future. But I want to build more than that anyway. I want to build an influence marketing tool. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So I also use, for product images, I use Nano Banana. If I'm honest, more the team do it now, but like you can use Nano Banana and you can just do it with the editor and make really good images. Have a reference image, do some prompts, spend some time, and you can make really high quality images. If you really want, obviously you can use tools like Canva, Photoshop. I use Canva. I don't use Photoshop. Photoshop's too advanced for me, but you can use Canva. I'm very lucky. I have a graphic designer that they do most of that for me. And as I go down this path, I'm using tools like NAN more and more as I build more of these brands to streamline as much as possible. And as soon as I get more and more of that and confirm that, I'll be sharing that with you all so you can have that, right? N8N is a tool, right, that allows you to connect via API, all these tools, and do very custom things. They're basically you're building a highly custom workflow that you would otherwise do manually that you can run on Autopilot once it's set up. It's pretty fucking amazing. And then in the next 5 years, this tool is going to become like, there's tools like Make and stuff, but N8N just is taking the crown there. So make sure you're also learning a bit about that as well. But like I plan to do it where, I can integrate Creatify to make AI UGC on Autopilot, right? Using my own prompts, using ChatGPT, I can connect this all, make an AI agent. And you should be too. You should be looking at this. Absolutely gangbusters. You can find plenty of people online. If you need anyone, that let me know. I have someone that can help you with that as well for a fraction of the cost of what most of these stupid agencies cost. I don't believe in most digital marketing agencies, most agencies in general. It's usually overpriced crap. If you can find someone to do it yourself, you save an absolute butt ton of money, especially using freelance. So I use Google Ads, as you can sort of see here, the exact same process I use AI UGC in the PMAX campaign. Do not use the ad copy that Google Ads presents. Make a PMAX campaign, make it around a theme. Use the Google Ads copy wizard. In ChatGPT, it's a custom wizard. There's plenty out there. That's just the one I use. I'm not saying it's the best, but from the experience I've had, it asks you like 7 questions. What's your URL? What's your brand name? What are the keywords? A few others. And boom, it spits out all the copy for you, and away you go. The copy's done. Then you use AI images using Nano Banana. Use the same ones for Facebook as it does Google. It's fundamentally much the same. You integrate Google Merchant Center to Google Ads, and you do that once, and you never really look at it, honestly. So like it's easy as fuck. Like Google Ads, I still stand by. I've said it for years, is that I much prefer it over Facebook. But Facebook have streamlined a lot more now. So like Facebook is honestly just as easy as Google now, especially now with flexible ads. As I said, I'm testing TikTok ads. Are much like Facebook ads, the interface. But if you can get organic TikTok account and get a video that gets 5K views, get that video, get the URL, put it in your ads. Now that's something that I'm still early day testing, right? I plan to push TikTok a lot, and build across multiple of these brands, right? Especially TikTok Shop is absolutely massive. I also see YouTube. You're starting to push essentially YouTube Shop a lot more as well, where you start to see these shorts where people have like little emojis of the product in there that you can go as an affiliate link. So I think that that is just in general the future, and that you should be much on. I'm always looking out as well for the next marketing channel. I think it's really important to add. And the next one you should watch out for is Shopify ChatGPT. Now I have a video on that on my channel already, as do others. Shopify roadblocks, and Shopify and any LLM tool. They've also announced Perplexity, and they're going to be going more and more down this path, right? Frictionless purchases where it is a conversational discussion. In Google, it's guaranteed going to be more of that as well in their AI tab, not just in their shopping as well. So keep an eye open for these, right? The good thing is these all just become sales channels, and right, the good thing about being a dropshipper is we're always on the cutting edge of this stuff. So make sure that you always are, because then you're always going to be in front of people. I've never done it, an Amazon store too for sales, right? Being here in Australia, it's a bit more limited, right? If I was a US citizen, it'd be much easier. So you can use a third-party app. I think it's called CO Dance or something, whatever it's called. For here in Australia, some of these apps are limited based on country. I also plan to be doing Pinterest ads. Pinterest ads only works for certain niches, like let's say like fashion, um, items that are heavily aimed at women. Pinterest is good at as well. So but I haven't verified that yet, so I'm not going to talk about it. But the key is a great product that is evergreen, right? Some people focus on Q4 products and that does well, but I just don't like it. I don't like having short-term sales. I like having long-term. Good term product. Most dropshippers don't care and only focus on sales, right? I know that's going to piss some people off, right? But you see all this stuff on Twitter or X, and you see people doing these massive figures, and I'm not doing those figures, and I'm still making great margins, right? Because I focus on a quality product, quality experience, and I take my time doing it, right? The brands I've been building for over a month already, and I still haven't properly launched because I've gotten samples, I've built the branding. One of my team members just went to an event with one of the brands and got a number of sales and would have got more, had some logistical issues, just a learning experience. And it came off, people won't buy it because it came off as so premium, right? So premium, right? High premium at an affordable price, right? And so that's sort of my point, right? Just remember that's why I'm teaching you about with finding these great suppliers, that you can find the best thing about drop shipping that always comes back to it is a low cost, high value, high profit brand, right? And being able to do that is fantastic. So the problem with drop shippers we get focused on is we want to market these products straight away, right? Which is great and all. And I have a bit of that mentality too, but take your time to vet the product, learn about the product, use plenty of research tools. There's ChatGPT, there's Accio to find suppliers, build a network, and then you will find these people that you'll never find by other channels, that can open up so many doors for you. For me, it's opened up so many doors just as of yesterday and today. I'm finding more and more, and it's just getting easier, right? Like, remember, as a dropshipper, once you start getting it moving, you want to be focused on being more a businessman, right? That's really what I think that I am, and that you should be focused on as well. I'm still going to be spamming stores, but spamming high quality brands, right? And focusing very much on that and using quality tools, right? So I've been making a number of videos like this, and I'll be making more as I build more of my brand guidelines, have these brands fully released. And once they're hitting a K to a K a day, I'll be revealing them all, because I want to reveal legitimate brands that I have partners with and so on and so forth. I've got even more partners coming, because again, what I always say is once you build these skills and you go through it, so many people will want your skills, right? So few people in the world know marketing and business like dropshippers do. We are at the cutting edge. You don't need an agency. You don't need all this crap. If you are a D2C brand and you're watching this, I honestly don't think you need an agency. I think that what you should be doing is, a lot of these tools are so easy to do yourself. And let's be honest, in the next 12 months, is it going to get harder? No, it's going to get easier. It's going to get easier. And that's where, what's going to stand out is there's going to be so many new businesses coming into play. What's going to stand out is the product quality and the experience, right? And your branding, right? I've said this years ago, and now it's just become, because we've been swarmed with stores, that it's going to become that that's become the standard, right? Like people will still always make sales regardless. But if you want to build a business that is actually going to legitimately make $1 million a month and be profitable, rather than a lot of these ones that make $1 million a month and make like 1%. Oh, and some people will say, I make 1%, 1% of $1 million is still $10,000. Yeah, okay, good for you. I'm happy for you. But nonetheless, I would rather make a business that makes 500 grand that makes 20% because I'm actually make more money. A lot of online, I will say, is all vanity metrics. The biggest problem with dropshippers in the e-com space is it's all just a dick slinging fest, right? Be honest. That's why, like as I said, this store doesn't do ridiculous numbers, but it makes great money, right? So keep that in mind as well. I just sort of wanted to make this and how you can do the same as well. I'm no genius. I'm lucky. I've got a team that do most of the work for me now, and I just sort of train and support them and let them do their thing. And then I focus more on the cash, and I'm just building more and more of these businesses. When you're starting out, following things like this, doing your due diligence, right? Like, how do you think companies become big companies? Like, it doesn't take like a week. We're in this thing of building a business in like 10 seconds and somehow making a stupid amounts of money stupid quick. Businesses that make a lot of money very quick die out just as quick as well. So just a little tip there. But as I said, I've just put this in the description down below. Let me know what other videos you like as well. I've got a number of content ideas, but please just let me know, like in terms of more Facebook ads, more Google ads, tutorials. I really sort of want to know so that I can sort of tailor my content. Other than that, thanks for your time, guys. If you did enjoy it, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, help grow the channel. Thanks for your time. Take care now and goodbye.